Alright guys, let's get another mass talk going. Bam! Lock my cat out. Not really. He could push the door open if he wanted to. So, I feel like updates on the trying to conceive journey. So, I think I talked about a little bit about it, but we had like super duper positive ovulation test, and that was like kind of exciting, pretty hopeful. Like, never seen an ovulation test be that positive before. And it was first thing in the morning too. And I know they usually say to take like the ovulation test like in the afternoon, so it's kind of wild. So we did that. We did some baby bacon. And now we've been in the 2-week wait. Except the 2-week wait should technically be over now if everything was correct. So I got a positive ovulation test 2 weeks ago on a Monday, right? And therefore, especially since it was like Monday morning, I would assume, most likely, that I would have ovulated on Tuesday. I did stop testing on Tuesday because I didn't have a lot of tests. And the number did go down. It was still actually a positive test, but the number went down. So I'm like, okay. So likely I ovulated then. And I've been obsessively taking pregnancy tests. And, having lion eyes, being like, oh, there's definitely something there. And then one day, my husband was like, oh, there's something there. There's something on that test. And it didn't look like that, but also, by the time he looked at it, it was after the time limit. So, could have just been evap. But the day before, we also had that. So it was like, But then, I have today's. I feel like these are pretty blank, but I mean, I feel like you wouldn't even be able to see in the camera if there was anything. But it does seem like there is like a very faint line on both of them actually. But I don't think you can really pick it up on camera because that's how faint it is. So it's kind of like, it's probably just like indents or something. I'm not putting a lot of stock in it because I'm just feeling kind of disappointed and sad and And so, obviously, with all that said, today, according to those calculations, would be 15 days past ovulation. And if that were to be the case, then the test would probably be positive by now. I know there's stories about people getting super late positives. A lot of times it's because they ovulated late, though sometimes not. And those ones are quite interesting. Like, why is it that you didn't show up on these tests? It's strange. So I'm not, like, totally out of hope because, Aunt Flo ain't here yet. But who knows? And then, I'm playing some games with myself. So, like, I'm like, whoa, sperm can last up to 5 days, right? So I'm thinking, like, based on the last time that we had intercourse, and you had 5 days to that, what if I ovulated on that day? Then I would only be, like, 11 DPO. And, like, still a possibility. And that's my crazy mind. That's my crazy mind. But, I mean, so far, there's no, like, signs of Aunt Flo coming. Not getting, like, cramps. I mean, I don't usually get cramps, but I'm not getting, like, cramps. Normally, I get spotting beforehand. I haven't gotten any of that. I wiped once and there's a little bit of red. And I was like, oh. And that was yesterday morning. So wouldn't it be crazy if I got a positive test tomorrow and that was like implantation bleeding? That would be nuts. I don't have confidence that would happen. But I'm just saying, in the crazy mind of myself, that would be pretty sweet. We're supposed to start IUI next cycle, but we might skip it because some difficult things happened and we have to go places and that would interfere with the cycle. So I think we might just wait. But I guess it also depends how long this cycle is, because we're at 30 days, which is longer than most of the cycles I've been having recently. I haven't had a cycle longer than 33 days in a year. And that was like a 48-day cycle or something like that. Hoping that that's not really the case this time, because it drives me cuckoo. And I'd like to know if I'm pregnant or not. I do, as I've mentioned before, have PCOS, so that could affect all of this. And it could have been a false ovulation when I did my tests, and I could be ovulating at a different point. And I really don't know. Which is frustrating. My face is getting tingly. And yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of where we're at with things. Obviously the process isn't that great, but if you guys have any tips for me, shoot them this way. Ugh, taking this mask off is always meh. Oh, yeah, so, I mean, I do have some, like, symptoms that I had the last time I had a chemical pregnancy, where I got super tired, like, so much so that I was, like, falling asleep at, like, 7:30 at night. Now, yesterday I was that tired, but I drank some tea to stay awake. I am pretty tired today. I don't know if I'm that tired, but I guess we'll see. But, is there any other symptoms? I mean, that was the main one. Boop, 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 boop. But, yeah, it's a long and tiring journey. We're well over the 2-year mark now. Oh, it's just so frustrating. I'd love some support for what we are going through. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week.